No. Okay.
So you're just recording the whole time?
Yeah, it's main. You can record the rooms, right? You can
Okay.
record.
Oh, I see. So I can record, but don't stop you because now I'm
Yeah,
controlling
yeah,
your. Okay, got it.
yeah.
Absolutely got it.
You're not controlling us. You just have the ability to record any room that you're in. All the volunteers need the ability to record. Like when you're in the fun room or if you're helping them, if they ask you to help support them. If they want to help support in the Q&A room, that's their thing. That's not our responsibility in the Q&A.
Okay.
Okay, Sherry. So should we close the rooms right now?
Well, I don't know about closing, but I know we need to get started. If they're having
Yes.
you don't want to pull people out of their rooms. You just want to let them know we're getting started in the main room.
Sherry, do you want me recording the fun room or are they recording that?
I would like the fun room recorded.
Okay, is that where I'll be?
Where do you want to be?
I can be there wherever you need me to be. I just don't know where I am. I'm here. And
Okay.
there's Laurelle. She's ready. She's rocking it.
Okay, so why don't you stay in there for a little bit, Michelle? And we got Dr. D coming up right now in the room. You got her information, the medicine woman?
Is that I'm introducing?
Yep, in the fun room.
Okay, so let me I got to get my email up, but I'll get it together, don't worry.
I just posted in the chat as well.
Okay, great.
I'm going to post it one more time into an email so that you guys know how to introduce people. So we need to bring Laurelle out. Is she coming out? And Vicky, I want you to let everybody know that the main room is going to get started.
I'm here.
Oh, good.
And I'm still not able to record. So you guys are recording on your end?
Of course.
Now, please check.
Oh, thank you. You just solved that.
We needed you to be in the main room in order for it to happen.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I broadcast the message. You can also do that. You can also send another one.
Okay. Well, let me know when you're ready for me to start.
Okay. So welcome. Let's post her. Let's pin her. And Vicky, you did announce that she's getting started. So beautiful. Okay. Let's give her pinning, please.
Yeah, she's pinned. Yeah.
Okay, you're pinned, Miss Sweetie Pie, Miss best-selling author of this beautiful, great new book called Connecting with Crystals. She has been using nature's medicine for over 25 years, and she's a best-selling author. She just became Amazon best-selling author about like a month ago, right?
Yes, the book just came out last month.
Yeah, awesome. Congratulations. You really inspired me, and I signed up for your class.
Oh,
yeah. So she's been speaking for like 25 years. She's also a teacher, and she's a consultant, vibrational healing therapist using crystals, energy, sound, meditation, essential oils, astrology as her main tools. She's located in New York City. She frequents as a guest on many different platforms, TV, radio, blogs, podcasts, and she offers most of her services right now via Zoom and phone and in New York, small groups. Her business is called the Fairy Den, and today what she's going to talk about is the art of laying on of stones. So what she's going to do is help you understand how to use a crystallized light consciousness that's been used for forever, to talk about the ancient practice and how it can be used to cleanse, balance, and align, activate the chakras to bring you into holistic wellness. She's also going to help you gain deeper insight to clarity to use these stones. And afterwards, you can follow her to her room, and you can have more Q&A time. And then she's going to be in the playroom at 5:30 for a guided meditation. And she'll be giving away a session afterwards, valued at $175. So please stick around and listen to her. It's 3:33, so perfect time to start. So go for it.
Hi, you guys. Well, you've said everything I was about to say. So I guess I won't go over that, but yeah, all the tools that I work with, it's all meant to help you to connect to yourself more fully by connecting to the natural world. And each of us has this ability within us. So I'll get right in then to the topic, which is crystal healing. It's interesting. You know, I started out just teaching classes on crystals, you know, introductory classes, which I have one coming up tomorrow, actually, which Sherry is going to be doing, connecting with crystals. I've been teaching that class for over 10 years in over 30 locations all across the US and on Zoom now. This will be the second time on Zoom, where we just sort of learn to connect with the stones and learn the basics of really bringing them into our lives, meditating with them, opening to the subtle energies. And then from that, started teaching crystal healing and the art of laying on of stones. And it was sort of the next step before getting into doing crystal healing certifications with people. So, you know, this practice of laying on of stones has been around for millennia, since the beginning of time. You know, humankind came in and started picking up the rocks from the earth and started putting them in their pocket, just like we all seem to do as kids. And in a sense, that is a light form of laying on of stones, just because you're putting the crystal in your pocket or in your bag, or for the ladies in your bra. In a sense, that is a laying on the stone on the body. But in a larger sense, there's a whole healing technique where you lay down and place the stones either on or around the body. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this. Some people really work by color, using the stones by color on the chakras. I think that's a great way to start, because you're really, if you're not quite sure what you're doing, you know, well, at least I know the color lines up, and that vibration is going to be helpful for that particular chakra. I also encourage people to use opposite colors, because, you know, the lower chakras are all warm colors and the upper chakras are all cooler colors. So if you need to cool down something in the lower half of the body, using the opposite color can be really helpful, because, you know, in the opposite, we have some of the same, right? So it's using opposites, using polarity in a sense to, for instance, if you're having cramping in your abdominal area, instead of using an orange stone that might activate that more, using a blue stone, which is the opposite color on the color palette, will calm and soothe it and move it out. In fact, blue calcite is really great for helping with cramps in the abdominal region, as well as, you know, the throat. So, and here is a piece of blue calcite, just so you know what I'm talking about. This is a polished piece of blue calcite. You know, I've studied with 5 different crystal healing lineages, and each one of them has slight variations on it. So what I always encourage when you're starting to work with placing stones on the body is following what feels right to you, is sort of following how you feel you're being guided. And if you're not really sure how to do that, you can always start with a brief meditation, just to center yourself, feel your energy within your body, feel that connection to the earth below. You will be working with the earth energies, right? And feeling that connection with spirit coming in, and then just asking for guidance to come through. And so I always recommend when you're doing what I would call a classic laying on of stones, is start with the stones that are grounding. Because stones, even though we think, oh, stones are grounding because they're rocks, right? But they're also very expanding. And if we're working with higher frequency stones and we put those above our head, we can get a little out of body, a little ungrounded, and we're not actually feeling the effects in our physical body as much. So the more grounded we are, the higher we can actually go. So I always recommend starting with some grounding stones like hematite or black tourmaline. I'll show you those. Sorry, the hematite was hiding. Actually. All right, so any of these grounding stones like hematite, this is a botryoidal piece of hematite. This is black tourmaline. And any of the black stones or the silver stones or the really heavy stones, meteorite, these are all really good for keeping us grounded while we do the higher work as we go up the body. If you don't have a black or silver stone, start with a brown or a red one, right? Because these will help to keep you grounded. And I always recommend placing these heavier stones, the black stones, at the earth chakra, which is about 6 to 12 inches below your feet if you're lying down, right? It's representing that earth chakra beneath you. And then moving up the chakra system. So I'm assuming most people here are familiar with the chakra system. Is there anyone on that's not? Just type in the chat if you are not. And then I will go over that just a little bit more. But starting at the root chakra, you're going to want to use red stones or the opposite color, which is green. At the sacral chakra, so the red chakra is the root. I think everybody is familiar with it. It's the root. It's our connection to family and tribe. Moving on to the sacral chakra, which is creativity and sexuality and connection to our ancestors in some ways. Orange is the color for that chakra, and orange stones will work very well there. Or again, the opposite, which is blue. The solar plexus, right under the rib cage and right above the belly button, this is the seat of personal empowerment, and it is really seen as yellow or gold when it comes to the crystals. So yellows and golds, or the opposite color to calm it down, would be purple. At the heart, the heart really resonates with green when we're thinking of the colors of the chakras, but the opposite color of green is red or pink, right? So any of the pink and green stones, even some of the red stones, will be very activating for the heart. The throat is, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, right? It's considered blue. But in regards to stones, it's really going to be more of a turquoise or teal or light blue, usually. You can use dark blue stones there as well. But most people really resonate with those lighter blues and teals for the throat chakra. And if you want to activate it, the opposite color is orange. And then for the third eye, oh, by the way, the heart is obviously how we give and receive love. The throat is about communication, both verbal and nonverbal, and listening. And then the third eye is the wisdom center. And so stones, in Roy G. Biv, blue, indigo, this would be indigo and this would be violet. But when you're working with stones, it's usually anywhere between a dark blue to a purple color that works well at the mind. Now, I personally hardly ever use a yellow stone on the third eye, just because I find it a little too activating for my mind and most people I know. We already living in a Western world, so to speak, at this point. People are very much thinking and in their heads. So I don't usually want to activate the mind any more than it already is. But you can use a soft yellow there if you want to get it percolating on some ideas. And then at the crown, it's the violet flame. So any stones that you have that are violet, which there are very few, there is a violet color of fluorite. And then there is sugilite. And those stones are really great up there. But then also any of the clear, white, pastels, some of the light blues, these light greens, light pinks even can be used to connect with those color rays. But any of those stones are going to be really great at the crown and above. Now, so that's what we call classic, where you're just sort of putting stones on the body all the way up. But then there are, so, and I sort of, going back, I just sort of explained the colors of stones that you can use. But again, I want everyone to work out intuitively, because when you work intuitively, even if it brings you down a path that you wish you hadn't gone down initially, it always teaches you what you need to know because you were guided to do that. You weren't doing what someone else said. You were following what felt right to you. And so that's going to bring you your highest good, your highest experience, your highest understanding for taking the next step after that. So following what feels right when you're placing the stones is just sort of, being present and choosing from the stones that you have and placing them on different parts of the body as it feels right. And by the way, if you guys join me at 5:30 in the fun room, I will be doing a guided crystal journey meditation where we'll really open to the subtle energies of stones, feel those energies coming into us, and be guided as to where to put them on your body. So if you have questions about that, join me at 5:30 in the fun room. So what I was covering is sort of the basic idea of just laying them straight on the chakras. But there are a lot of lineages that followed their intuition and place crystals all around the body. I personally place stones on the person and under the table that I have them on, my massage table, so that we're working on what's behind us as well as what's in front of us or right in our center. And then there's what, for instance, I studied with Melody of Love is in the Earth. She wrote the book Love is in the Earth. I studied with her lineage. And in the Melody's lineage, she uses arrays, she calls them, which are just designs or decorations all around the body. And she was guided to use things like astrology symbols. So if we wanted to bring in more structure into our lives, let's say, or sort of put the kibosh on too much overactive activity, then you could take clear quartz points and place the symbol for Saturn, which sort of looks like a fancy H with a line through the top. You can put that around the body to bring the energy of Saturn in, right? If we're looking for more abundance in our lives, more expansion, more growth, then you could use the symbol for Jupiter, which sort of looks like a very fancy 4. It's a curve with a line going down. You can bring that and put that in. She also was guided to use infinity symbols and yin and yang. And I too, when I do crystal healings, it varies. Every session varies, but at the end of the day, what's really exciting when you're working intuitively is just to see what comes through for each person. So I have been guided to put yin yang symbols quite a bit, infinity symbols as well, and other points in different ways to activate. For instance, if you are if you don't have a lot of crystals, maybe just a few, but you have a clear quartz point and you really want to activate another stone, you can either put the quartz right next to it to activate it, or put the stone on top of the quartz to activate it. Or you can, if you have smaller points, you can place the stone at the heart, let's say, and use points so that the point is directing into the stone to bring more energy to the stone and really focus on the heart chakra in a situation like that. And so really when we're working with crystal healing and this ancient art of laying on of stones, it's really about knowing that you already know what you need to do within you, really following your own personal guidance and your own intuitive sense as to which stone is going to feel right where. Again, you can start by using color, because that will always be a good indication of a stone that will work with each of the chakras. But when we do this on a regular basis, and the more comfortable we get with our own intuitive knowledge or own intuitive wisdom that resides within all of us, the more easily you are to find that you're like, well, this is a pink stone and it belongs at the heart, but my shoulder is really bothering me And it feels like it needs to go there, maybe bringing some loving energy or the minerals within the stone there to that area. Or my solar plexus needs some love and some repatterning. This is a rhodochrosite that I'm holding right now. It's a beautiful pink stone with white patterning that occurs quite often. And this is the minerals within this stone, just like rhodonite, which is another stone many of you might be familiar with, that's pink. This has the same mineral within that really, really helps with helps the heart, the physical heart, the emotional heart, and the way we think about the heart even. It's really good for that. So maybe you need that mineral at the solar plexus, or you need some repatterning at the solar plexus. When you have patterns on a stone like this, it's often a clue that that it will help you with repatterning in your life. A great example of that is malachite. Malachite has these beautiful patterns on it when it's in its polished form. And agates also have these patterns. And these are both, all three of those are excellent stones for helping you to repattern things in your life. And I mentioned, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the call yet or not, on the main stage or not, if it was someone else, but botryoidal formations. Anytime you see this bubbling energy, you'll often see it in hematite, fluorites have it. Grab a fluorite. You can sort of see that it grew in a bubbling formation. Trying to bring less light. Oh, there we go. Right? Instead of being in a point formation, it's just sort of bubbling. These are really great for our emotional life and helping things bubble up to the surface. These botryoidal formations formed in water, and that's why they have this sort of bubbling effect to the growth. And so when something grows in water, is connected to water, it's connected to emotions. So working with these stones can really help those emotions to bubble up to the surface, so that we can look at them and they will reveal for us. And I thought I would also just point out a few stones for you guys that are great to use for laying on of stones, for crystal healing and laying on of stones. The first one is selenite. Selenite's really amazing. It is a stone of alignment. It's very cleansing. It's very protective. It helps us with our intuition. It also cleanses all of your other stones. And so placing a selenite along the center of the body, right away, you start, it's sort of like fiber optics for energy. Right away, you'll start to feel your energy opening up through the midline, connecting you both above and below. And you'll really feel that connection to your guides or your celestials, the angelics, coming through and connecting with you. So a great stone. If you have no other stone, you could do a lot of good work with selenite. Another wonderful stone to use is clear quartz. So besides being able to point it towards other stones, this is a master healer and a magnifier of energy. And remember, our body really is energy, right? If you know anything about Chinese medicine or have studied the meridians, that's one clue as to how energy runs through the body. And so a lot of the stones are piezoelectric and or pyroelectric, which means with heat or pressure, they create an electrical pulse. And quartz is one of those stones. Tourmaline is one of those stones. Topaz. Oh, whoops. Here's a variety of topaz. Topaz is another one of those stones. These are all what we call piezo and pyroelectric. And some other stones have the properties as well. But these stones really work with the energy of the body itself, as well as on, the spiritual body as well, or the subtle bodies as well. And so what's really amazing about clear quartz is if you don't have another stone, if you feel like, oh, I really need a stone to work with this, or I don't have this stone handy, you can ask the quartz to work with you in any way that you want it to. It's a pure silicate, so it gives and receives information equally. So this is a really wonderful stone to use if you don't have a stone that you want handy, or if you don't know which stone to use, just ask the quartz to help you with that particular thing. It holds intentions. It's one of the things Marcel Vogel, an IBM scientist, discovered, that it holds thought and intention, and it will keep holding that until you clear it, ask it to clear, and set a new intention with it. So you can just ask the crystal to please help you. Let's say if you have a lot of anxiety or a lot of stress, just to please help you to relieve anxiety and stress and work in the way that's needed to bring that in for you. And it will work to do that until you ask it to clear and do something else. I mentioned the grounding stones are really great to start with. But the other stone I wanted to mention is garnet. So garnets are very grounding, somewhat activating, and very expanding. And they also help us to know that we have all we need right here, right now. So using a garnet at the root, or even if you use a green one at the heart, there's many colors of garnet. It's all going to be about strength, security, structure, staying in the present moment, and expanding. And I just want to let you guys know that I am teaching a class tomorrow. Oh no, I can't share my screen. Okay, well, I'm teaching a class tomorrow, which really goes into all of these basics of opening to the subtle energies of stones.
You can do it. You can do it now.
Oh, I can. Okay. Uh-oh. Why is it not coming up? I have it open. Files. Okay. Sorry. I guess they've sort of changed the way they do this.
Yeah, every week they do.
Yeah, I did it just last week and it was fine. Okay, well, I guess I can't share it with you after all because it's not popping up.
You want to show your website?
Sure. So I put a hello, but I'll do it again now. You can find out everything you want to know about me on my two websites. My shop and class website is the Fairy Den, and my healing therapy and consultation site is, whoops, 5 Cents Healing. So yeah, you can connect with me there. You can sign up for my newsletter. I have a lot of, I always have upcoming events, workshops, and classes in the newsletter, as well as a lot of free videos and shout outs to people. So you can sign up there and be alerted to what's coming, or you can keep up with me. For instance, I'm at the Fairy Den on most of the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So I'll put at the Fairy.
I got you, girl. I'm posting.
Okay.
It. Okay, good.
Those are all in. Yeah. So
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So she's going to be in room number 12 for Q&A. Go follow her. And then she's going to be giving you experience at 5:30 in about an hour and a half, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
all right.
And-
See you in room 12 for those.
Wait, no, don't go nowhere.
Oh,
You have a prize. Don't you have a prize?
Oh, you mean a door prize?
Right.
Yes. So as my door prize, I'm offering a 90-minute crystal and energy healing therapy session, which we do a little bit of a consultation just to see what your intention is for the work. And then I work with my guides and angels in tandem with your guides and angels to bring in what's needed at that time. And I do that long distance. It's funny, a lot of people don't think that you can do crystal healing long distance, but it's just like doing energy work and energy healing long distance. It's all vibrational medicine. And really, when you're working with someone, you sort of see them in front of you and you can place the stones into their energy field. So I've actually been doing quite a number of them over the past year, and it's exciting because it's almost more, it's different than working in person. It's almost like you're just working purely with the energy body and different things come through. So almost like pure energy body and how that's affecting the physical body as well.
Oh, sorry. Is it a little bit like surrogacy? Are you like laying on the stones on something or an animal or a doll or something? What are you doing?
Well, a lot of people will use a picture, but you know, if you've been doing this for a while, you just see the body, the energy body in front of it through intention. You see the energy body in front of you. So I will, I'll pull out my table or sit on the floor, and I will just see their energy body in front of me, and then I'll place the stones on their energy body. And then people actually feel that. Sometimes I'll get comments like, "Oh, wow, what did you just put there?" Long distance, you know? So it's interesting. You know, I used to do that. I'd put a crystal under the table and someone would really feel it. And I was always tickled by that. So I'm always tickled when someone says they can really feel it long distance as well.
I use like a little thing like this when I do my pendulum chakra checks, and you know, so it's like the chakra system, and I just hold the pendulum and it goes over it. But no difference. I'm sure they could put crystals directly onto the chakras and place it just like a grid, a crystal grid, you know, right?
Yes.
I would like to learn crystal grids from you. I didn't see that offered.
Oh, learn about crystal grids? Well,
Yeah.
we can do a class. I've taught about it before, but I guess I never wrote that one in.
I want to do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, put that in the order. Put that in the shopping.
Yeah, I love sacred geometry. And so, but you know, for me, everything we do is about following our intuitive sense. And the more we do that, the more we're comfortable in it and the easier life flows.
So thank you for sharing. And what we're going to do now is give you guys an opportunity to have a session with her. So what I want you to do is write down on a piece of paper what your winning number is from 0 to 100 or 0 to 500, what it is that you want, your favorite number. And everybody in the chat, if you want to win a session, put in the chat your number. You put 33, 1, 99, 500. So what's your number? 1 to what? Laurelle?
Oh, me?
Yeah, what's your number?
Oh, the number I'm going to choose?
Don't tell us the number yet, but is
okay, I gotcha. I didn't understand how this worked. Okay.
0 to 100 or 0 to 500? What do you want it to be?
0 to 100.
0 to 100. Okay, so if anybody wants a session with her, write in the chat a number. Okay, here we go. 14, 18, 59. You already wrote it down, right? You already wrote down the number, right?
Oh yeah, I already wrote down the number.
Okay, she wrote down the number. Okay.
Oh, I'm just seeing it. My Zoom wasn't, my chat wasn't scrolling.
And also, she loves the chat. So if you guys want to throw in the chat your email, I'm sure she'll follow up with you and she'll tell you how to get in contact, right?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So in the chat, if you want to get some emails from her, she'll save the chat and she'll follow up with you and be part of her thing.
Oh, and also, I'm going to put in my phone number because I am a texter. It's when I'm busy, it's the easiest way. Whoops, it went in twice.
So everybody keep putting your numbers in right now. And all her information is in the chat. She has her phone number. You see.
Yeah, I just put the phone number in. If you text me, I'll get back to you the quickest that way.
Yeah, we got it. Okay, so everybody, you're done with we're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she's going to hold up her number, and the closest number is going to win.
Oh,
okay.
I have to hold it up.
You're going to have to hold it up. Ready?
No. Okay, I wrote it down on a page that was very ready. Are you ready?
1, 2, 3, go. Yep. Of course.
I don't know why. It's what came to me.
It's always those 3 6s and 9s.
I know. I usually don't do 33. I'm usually more of an 11, 22, 44 kind of girl, but 33 was what came through. So
yeah, that's like an honest, like, you know, who got that? So I see a 22.
I see a 22. She
20,
knew. Kate knew. She
Kate.
knows I do that 22 thing.
Kate, okay. Kate Tyson, put your email in the chat so that way she can follow up with you. Thank you very much. Okay, cool.
Yay, Kate.
Okay, congratulations, Kate. And we do have your information because you did register, so that means you are official.
I
But
have her information too.
so you know her. Awesome. So she's the winner. So thank you so much, sweetie. I can't wait for your class tomorrow. Unfortunately, like all my crystals are at my office, but I'll just watch every single thing that you offer. So yeah, I got all my my bells and whistles at my office. So.
That's okay. You'll find a few around.
I need to pull my crystals out from the house, like get a pack?
For tomorrow's class, as long as you have one crystal, then
One?
you're gonna be fine. And even if it's a rock that you go outside and get.
Oh, no, I got altar. My whole house is altars, you know.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be
it's just
fine.
that-
Yeah,
my-
just one crystal for tomorrow. I mean, it's better if you have 2 or 3 at least, but have at least one crystal and you'll be fine.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
All
So,
right.
okay, so congratulations.
Kate.
Kate Tyson won the session, so thank you very much. And next coming up,